Welcome to Yulman Stadium in New Orleans, home to the Tulane Green Wave, and as this city likes to say, let the good times roll, and the Tulane fans are certainly ready for that. What we have in store today, a clash between a pair of AAC squads. As we'll see, the Rice Owls taking on a team who is rested and ready coming off a bye, the Tulane Green Wave. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Tulane will kick it off to get this game underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. Busts through behind his pass. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Rice Owls offense will get the first possession of the game. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
They'll go right back to the run. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Facing a third down and short from the 26. To throw, it's Warner. Getting some heat. And the quarterback is snowed under.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The Green Wave offense heads onto the field for their first possession of the game. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
Here comes the offense on second down. Quick completion to the right. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there. Defense
there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Scrambling away. He'll throw it. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Fleming. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages.
Got enough space. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Green Wave. On to attempt the try.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
7, Rice, 0.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Here's the handoff. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Dropping back, it's Warner. Fires to the wideout. And they can't make the connection.
Incomplete. 3rd down coming.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Working that left side. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Third down, understanding exactly where the sticks are. You know, you got to stop certain routes so they don't get to certain depths. Quarterback completes him, gets another first down. Got to be a little bit more mindful of where those sticks are.
Rice going to work with another 1st and 10. They run the reverse. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on a defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Quick strike complete. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
You see it more and more. Smaller wide receivers, I don't care about their size anymore. I put them in the slot. I let them get a good matchup. They're so quick, people can't get their hands on them. They make plays, and I feed them the football. These are guys that have a lot of catches throughout a season.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. On 4th down, trying to keep the drive alive with the run here. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down.
There's 11 guys on offense there locked in and playing together. That was a critical 4th down in their opponent's territory. Everybody did an outstanding job of executing, and now they get to stay on the field.
Off play action on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
One thing I love about this linebacker, guys, he's really good against the run, but he's also nice in coverage, too. That time, a cover 2 look by the defense, so he's just playing in space. He's watching the quarterback's eyes. He's able to jump the route and come away with a turnover.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Finds his man. It's Hughes. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So this can certainly open things up later on.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. The give to the back. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And he makes the catch inside the 15. Touchdown, Green Wave. Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. South Alabama was able to finish off a close one inside Hancock-Whitney Stadium today. They did just enough, both offensively and defensively, to come away with the dub. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Danced his way through traffic, pickup of 4 to the 19. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking for a man. It's Warner. And he intercepts it. Not the biggest return, but he sets him up inside the red zone at the 19.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, you know, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to kind of get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Tulane. And they take it in for 6 more points. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks and score touchdowns.
And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. And the Owls with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires left. It's complete. And he's still running after the move. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
After giving up that big shot defensively, how confident are you calling that coverage again? You're now on your own end of the field, and now your backs are against the wall.
Wide out in motion. Trying play action. Finds his big tight end. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. Rice hoping to cash one in from the red zone. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looks as if he's going to run it. They'll make the stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. Guys, the quarter comes to a close, and Tulane has the lead here. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the 1st period as we look at the stats. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Scanning the field, it's Warner. Got it! Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
Really nice play call there because the defense might have been thinking on 3rd and short in the red zone. They're probably going to run the football instead. They throw it, catch them off guard, and now they've got 1st and goal.
And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Owls!
Touchdown.
Man, did he show some hops for that one.
Some serious vertical right there. I tell you what, everybody in front of you, hey, I'll go by air if I need to. Good job getting in the air, getting the touchdown.
And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
False start. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. On first down, here comes this offense. He wants to throw it. Now he's going to break the pocket. Fires on the move. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18. Line gets set. First down. He's looking to throw it. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. And here comes the offense on second down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. To the air, it's Warner. Makes his connection. And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there. Third play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on 3rd and long. Chucked it away just as he was hit.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
It's good.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
They're set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust it right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Throws to the wideout. It's caught downfield. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. On the ground, it's Hughes. Still on his feet at the 45. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the ground, he's got it again. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Snagged in the middle, it's Brown. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. The give on the inside. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
It's hard to stop great yards. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You've got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
He steps out of bounds, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physical.
Touchdown, Green Wave! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you've just simply got to make it.
Leaves it with the back. They're able to make the stop, but he is beyond the line to gain its first down. Rice.
This is an offense that prides themselves on being physical, so you need 1 yard. Just hand it off to your back and let him go to work.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35.
Here we go. Alert. Check. Low.
Looking to throw. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Offense gets set for second down. They go to the ground. Knocked off his feet.
Listen, in these situations, it's so hard to push the ball down the field because the defense is playing pass. We bring in more DBs. We're dropping deeper in our coverage, and we're making you throw the ball underneath or run the football. Nice.
He lobs one high down the left side. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
Motion from the offense. Little touch pass to the receiver. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Went to the running game on first down, now second down. He's looking to throw. He uncorks one deep. And he reels it in inside the 30. Touchdown, Green Wave! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And back in the day, you used to line up and your tight end was a blocker and you threw it to him short. Now, these guys are being so dynamic in space and so athletic. Now they can make big, huge plays for your offense and put points on the board in a hurry.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Looking to throw, it's Warner. They're working that left side. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Wants to throw on first down. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 here. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Caught behind the line. It's Connors. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
He steps out of bounds at the 49-yard line. It's 3rd down.
Got it.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one.
42, Spider.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He makes a catch. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Rice.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going into the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
Tulane, 35. Rice.
On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. They'll throw it on first down. Trying to get to it. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, for this defense now, being good against the pass is not just going to be in the back end covering people. It's going to be trying to contain this guy at the quarterback position. He is lethal, especially when things go off script. You saw it on that one. First down, they got up the pass play. You're not able to get him on the ground, and now they've gotten another first down.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Got his man downfield. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Looking to throw, it's Warner. Fires to the wideout. A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the second quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
Yeah, and just got enough of the football there by the defender, breaking on the football, getting his hand on it. He couldn't bat it down, but he got a fingertip on it, tipped that thing away from the receiver, made the big play, saving the touchdown.
On second down, he'll fire. And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver. They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Owls.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll throw it on first down. Oh, he wants it all. Snags it down the right side. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. And they weren't able to get him in the middle of the field, so now a 49-yarder from the right hash. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. Rice ready to kick off and get things started here in the second half.
Number 91, set to kick off.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
On second down, he's looking downfield. Fires to the big fella. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. I think the great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the first down.
And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Back to the air one more time. With the catch, it's Fleming. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Nice pick up there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. This Tulane offense has a great drive going. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Grabbed in the middle. It's Brown. And now on second down for this offense. Quarterback will audible. Looking to throw on second down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
You just want to find a way to affect the QB, and the defense does a great job getting to the quarterback, hitting him as he throws the football. Not only does it make that throw bad, in the future now, the quarterback's taking a few hits and makes him a little bit more unsure of himself.
Trying to get behind the defense. And it's hauled in at the 10. And he's ruled down right there, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. They'll give it to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Great play by the defense there. And listen, they got to do more of this. Running backs obviously had a lot of success. They got to continue to stop this run game, be physical, and not let this guy beat them.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. That gives him 100 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Tulane! He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Finds his tight end. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I...
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. And this junior loves to show off that big arm. It is plays like that that'll let you pile up some serious passing yards.
Man, what an effort. I mean, the layout to be able to catch the football, keep it off the ground. Nice job by this receiver, and that's why this quarterback's had a day. Guys making plays all over the field.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
They've got the screen set up. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
That's why you got to study your playbook. For all young quarterbacks out there watching, you're not always going to be able to throw it to the intended target. You've got to know where your check down options are because you're going to get hit at some point. You've got to be able to get rid of it. Nice job understanding the playbook.
And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
And first down for the offense.
They'll run it from the gun. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33. The Owls headed quickly to the line.
Second down.
They move the tight end all over. Looking downfield, it's Warner. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Fires to the right. Got his man! And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
Good pass protection isn't just offensive line, right? Running backs also have to be able to pick up the blitz. That running back did an outstanding job. That allowed his quarterback to just buy a little bit more time before making that throw.
Let's see if Rice can get it in on 1st and goal. They'll go to the air. Grabbed behind the line. It's Connors. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He's looking to throw. And he was trying to cash in the end zone in this red zone threat, but it's incomplete.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
After a drive this long, a field goal will be demoralizing at this point. It's 3rd and goal. Finds him out of the backfield. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. And they'll send out the field goal unit from the right hash. And this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. Right down the boulevard, it's good. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive. And now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He now has 108 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. 8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. Off the play fake. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
A 3rd and long coming up here. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'll be interesting to see what happens here in the 2nd drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
This offense has a 2nd down play. To the air, it's Warner. He looks that one in nicely. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
One of the most difficult things about this slot receiver is his shiftiness and his athleticism. He's very, very difficult to tackle after the catch.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. And the Owls pick up the 1st down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that 1st down.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
2nd down.
Guys, the quarter comes to a close, and Tulane has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
They're bringing heat. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the 4th quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
From the comfort of the pocket, he fires it to the right. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing, an easy conversion for this offense. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. He need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Connors. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Lets it fly. And he was looking to the end zone, and they couldn't make the connection.
Well, trailing this much in the 4th quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
They'll try to pick up the first. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Hey, 4th and short, it's time to be physical. You give it to your running back. You can see he gets physical, gets downhill, gets the first down.
Rice going to work with another 1st and 10. Fast motion from the offense. Might as well give it to him again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
Got his man. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
Hey, I'll tell you what, that slot receiver, he may not be the biggest receiver in the world, but he is shifty, and he runs really good routes. You saw it on that play.
To the air, it's Warner. Into the end zone, and it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
So 3rd and short from inside the 20. You convert here, and this drive takes on a different complexion. They'll run the option. He'll toss it.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course. This team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
Grabbed in the backfield, it's Williams. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. This Tulane offense has a great drive going. Going up top on 1st down. He'll take a deep shot here. And he makes the catch inside the 10. Touchdown, Green Wave. And the beatdown has ensued. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
It's complete to the right. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
Get you some of that. And with that completion, now he's over 400 yards on the day. That's a really, really good game for this quarterback. He's been almost flawless.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Makes the catch. It's Connors. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
It's complete to the left. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down.
Man, let it rip, young fella. I mean, closing in on 450 yards, throwing the ball early and often with a lot of success.
It's first down from the 11th. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity.
3-25.
Looking to throw it again. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the fourth quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Pocket starts to collapse. They've got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on down.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up, run it, do something. You can't take a sack on fourth down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for you.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's... Gets them out to the 25-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. The give out of the gun. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Now on the option. Now the pitch. At the 35, he's loose. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. The 10. Touchdown, Green Wave. And the stomping has commenced. They can now exhale just a little bit with that lead, and they are close to a victory here in the 8th week of the season. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll... Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
He wants a big play here late. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous parting gift, a consolation prize, if you will.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
And that is how we will wrap this one up. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football, in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game. David, this was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses in this game. It was no different.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.